Video number 3. This one's about safety items and security items. Just a few safety items. Tyre pressure gauge, as you can see there. You should really consider getting one of them. I use my foot pump, but I suppose the gauge is probably more accurate. I can't stress how important it is to have the correct tyre pressures up when towing your caravan. Last thing you want is to be running your caravan on incorrect tyre pressures, because you know, if you have a blowout, you'll know about it. I just put the pump on it, make sure it's topped up, and I know then when I set off I'm at the correct pressures. Always make sure your spare tyre, you check that on a regular basis. Ours is under the caravan, so it's a faff to get it from underneath the caravan, but every now and again I'll drop it out from its cradle under the caravan, just give it a once over, top the pressures up, and then I know that's okay. Next big issue is your tow ball, your nose weight. You can actually buy one of these that will check your nose weight. You really need to check the nose weight of your car and what that's capable of, your tow ball limit on your car. I'm quite fortunate. I've bought a Freelander 2 and the nose weight on that is 150 kilograms. We're nowhere near that. We average about 80 kilograms, because really the only weight in the front of this caravan is our gas bottles, and one of them at the moment's empty. I'm yet to go and refill it, or get a refill. So the only weight in the front of ours is that gas bottle. But it's really, I can't stress enough how noticeable it is if you're overloaded on the front to your car's capabilities. Like I say, I'm quite lucky. It's got a 150 kilogram nose weight limit on our car, so you don't really notice it. I could probably put a hell of a lot more weight in the front and it wouldn't even blink, it wouldn't even notice. But check the nose weight limit of your car, your tow ball limit of your car, and then use your nose weight gauge and check it every time before you leave. Every so often, when it comes going back to wheels and tyres and things, the nuts on your wheels, they need to be set. The torque setting needs to be set to the manufacturer's guidelines. You can usually find these on your manufacturer's websites. You should really check them every time before you leave. Inside the caravan, smoke alarms and carbon monoxide, you need to check them every so often. If you haven't got them, make it your number one priority to go and get them. You see, there's so many stories, you know, about the unthinkable happening. Obviously, servicing your caravan, you need to do that every year. I've just had my stepfather do our van, and everything's okay. A first aid kit. In the bathroom we have a little first aid kit in the cupboard. Nothing fancy, just the usual one from Boots, but you know, it's there in case of any accidents. At the door we've got a fire blanket. This is one thing, only since I started making notes for this video I thought, we haven't got a fire extinguisher, so that is on our list of things to buy in the next few weeks. We haven't got a fire extinguisher, we only have that fire blanket. And to be honest with you, I didn't even think of that when excuse me again, we had a little bit of an incident where I was buttering some bread. I moved the bread and didn't realise one of the hob was still lit, so we ended up having a raging fire of the packaging of the bread, and in a panic I ended up just using a wet tea towel. I didn't even think about the fire blanket, but I'm going to now, obviously with doing this, I'm going to get a fire extinguisher and have it put on the wall or on the side just there by the kitchen. So with doing this video, at least that's one thing I've reminded myself that we should have done when we first got the caravan, get a fire extinguisher. Security of your van. Now some insurers will be really strict on this. We've been quite lucky. We've got a hitch lock, we've got the wheel lock, we've got leg locks, and I've even put a very secure bike lock around the hitch as well, and our insurance is only £12 a month, so it's minimal. but some are really strict, especially with newer vans, because of the value of them. They will insist on Thatcham approved locks and wheel locks. There you go. Look at spending a bit of money on your locks. That's my advice. If you want to keep your van, buy the best locks you can afford. The red pebble ones like this, they seem to be about the best. They're the ones, the Alco ones, they seem to be ones that everybody raves about. You've also got the Wraith wheel locks. They're pretty good from what I've been reading. Hitch locks, you can get them in the Bailey starter pack, or you can pick them up online on eBay on selling pages, which I'll cover in the next video. Excuse me. So there you go, a few safety items and security items. Hope you found it useful. If you haven't already subscribed, please hit subscribe. It really helps us out, really appreciate it. And hit the little bell icon and you'll be notified for any future videos. Thank you so much for watching. Till next time, ta-ra.